Hydrate. It is hot, 94 degrees, a lot of humidity. The feels like temperature is an astounding 107 degrees as we meet the Phillies in game 2 of the series tonight. You look hydrated and ready to go.
Yeah, you smell the hops from here from the brewery.
Yeah.
Getting me all pumped up, ready to rock and roll. Look, that was a highly entertaining ball game last night. As you mentioned, a frustrating one at times. A couple of things got away from the Cardinals, but they're looking to pack that away, get right back at it with Andre Pallante, who has really become your most consistent guy. The numbers have bared it out. We showed you the last 3 starts for Andre. He's been really good. Look at the numbers, over 22 starts for Pallante. Last year, a career high in a lot of different fields, innings, and starts. But this year, starting to put together some of the numbers. Look at the pitch arsenal. 4-seam, slider, big swing and miss pitch there. Sinker, knuckle curve, and the occasional split finger.
Hopefully he'll be on the ground tonight. That means the Cardinals infield will be busy. Here's how the Redbirds line up defensively in the game. Fermin in left. Everson Pereira is in center. Jordan Walker is in right. Burleson, Weatherholt, Mason Wind, Blaze Jordan at third with a lefty on the mound. And Pedro Pajes gets a start. First time he started for St. Louis since August the 4th. That is Don Mattingly. He was extremely shorthanded in his bullpen. He rested some of his regulars, still won game 1, but Menard's starting lineup is loaded. They've got their A lineup in the game against Pallante as the Phillies gun for their 65th win. Astoundingly, Brad, with their win last night, Philadelphia finally has a positive run differential this year.
It really is amazing.
+1.
It really is amazing that that's where they've been going, but they've played a lot of tight games as well. They've been playing on some thin margins, even with the thump that they have in that lineup. So something obviously Don Mattingly's team looking to clean up, but they've really been riding their starting pitching, and their hitting has been clutch. They're not hitting the home runs left and right like they were early, but they're hitting with runners in scoring position.
Watching the game last night, I was really impressed with how patient the Phillies hitters were. They've been very selective, Brad. They're taking a lot of walks. What did Andre Pallante take from that performance in preparation for game 2 tonight?
Well, I don't think that you let last night take much or change how you want to go about it too much, but I think that you know that you're going to have to pitch within the zone and compete within the zone, and that's something that Andre Pallante has not been afraid to do. Andre has been competing with his stuff at the bottom of the zone. His stuff plays.
Well, he starts with Schwarber, and there is a good start. He pumps over a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to get his night started. Schwarber 2 for 3 here last night, drove in a run. 35 homers, 69 runs batted in for the Phillies leadoff man. He's the DH tonight. He played first base yesterday, and he's on the ground, and JJ can't get there. Schwarber with a base hit to start the game. He reached on a walk in the first inning last night. He's got his 3rd hit of the series in front of Trey Turner.
Well, this is where Andre Pallante is going to want to end up keeping the Phillies, is on the ground. He's just going to want to keep his pitches on the edges. That's the difference on this one. It was a center cut fastball, the 4-seamer at 97. Good velocity. Would just like to locate it a tiny bit better.
That was a hard hit ball for Schwarber. That brings up Trey Turner, who's scuffling at the plate. And upstairs sends him sprawling. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, now show him the good one. That was the backup slider. That one will wake you up a little bit. 87 just slipped out of the hand of Pallante. That's how you're going to want to get Turner out too. Not the slider at his neck so much, but the slider down and away. That's a pitch that he's been having some real trouble with.
Trey Turner, a .248 average. He's hit 17 homers. This guy's been a good player for a long time. 10 full years of big league service time. He earned that in late April. And Pallante does drop in a strike. Very short lead for Schwarber. And again upstairs. Don't think Turner likes it up there. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, got no problem with riding a couple there. That sinker in has been a highly effective pitch. Now, stay on top one. Can he locate one down and away? I don't care if it's that sinker or the slider. That down and away is going to get you the ground ball you're looking for.
Three balls, 1 strike. Want to make Turner hit his way on. He's only walked 30 times this year. 3 balls and a strike. So it's a full count. Turner, 112 strikeouts, 30 walks. Phillies have 4 men with 100 or more punchouts this season. Schwarber not going, and a swing and a miss. There's a good tight slider, and Turner continues his frustrations at the plate. 1 on, 1 out.
Chip, that's the one you've been waiting for right there. Down and away on the corner, 90 miles an hour. Your Chevy pitch track with the slider. First strikeout of the evening for Andre Pallante.
91st of the season. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper an 0 for last night. But he did walk twice. That's something he and the Phillies have been doing a lot. Harper walked 4 times against Toronto. And tonight, Harper looking like he's auditioning for Duck Dynasty. He's got the camo sleeves. He's got the bright orange gloves and shoes.
Yeah, he's got the face paint too, the eye black there. See a lot of hunters do that, I think. I don't know, not an avid outdoorsman. Wish I was. Just need you to buy a little land for us, Chip, that's all.
Aha, okay. Thank you. 1 ball, 1 strike for Bryce Harper. That one cuts off the inside corner. Good pitch, 1 and 2.
Well, you love that spot right there, and the confidence of Andre Pallante to throw that in there. 96, you know, his 4-seam's got some good cut to it. The power for Bryce Harper is going to be middle in on the plate. So if you're going to go in there, you better make sure you get it there.
Harper in his career just 4 plate appearances, or 4 at bats, I should say, against Pallante. He's 1 for 2. Now the 2-2 pitch. That just missed. Good try with a knuckle curve. It had Harper fooled, but it was off the plate. Full count again.
Yeah, it's another one where it's early to be able to use one of the challenges. You better be absolutely sure. Did appear to be a strike on the corner.
Harper incredibly patient for the Phillies. 80 walks. Pitch number 14 for Pallante. And Harper takes ball 4. So a single, a strikeout, and a walk. That brings up Luis Arraez. You and I were talking before the game about the Phillies lineup construction and how interesting it is to have Arraez hitting behind Bryce Harper.
Yeah, look,
from a pitcher standpoint, what are the problems that causes you?
Well, the problem is, you know that if you're pitching around some guys, Arraez, while he's not a power threat, he's putting the ball in play. He's going to rack up his hits, right? So you got a runner in scoring position right now. Arraez is a good guy to have up to bat. It's interesting, though, with his profile, you wouldn't want him a little higher up in the order and have some of the sluggers behind him, but they believe in the depth of this lineup and feel like he's been good protection for Bryce.
Line drive, left field line, and foul. Well played by the attendant. Strike 1.
Nice instincts down the line. Knew how it was going to carry him off the sidewall. Was ready.
That might have been one of the best plays of the year, to be honest with you.
Good instincts with it, right? Ready for the play. Dialed in. First blink I've seen all day from that guy. Nice work. Second.
So Arraez, an 0 for last night, hit to a couple of double plays. He came over from the Giants, and when Arraez came to Philadelphia, his preference was to play second base. That forced the Phillies to totally reconfigure their infield and, frankly, outfield alignment. We'll see how that works. We'll talk about it when they're in the field. For me, near the line, in left, as Arraez, an even count. Little chopper hit towards short. One there. JJ can't turn it in time. Arraez beats A potential throw to first. They're at the corners with 2 outs, and JT Realmuto is next. That ball too slowly hit to turn 2. Smart play by Weatherholt to put that in his pocket. So Realmuto coming up. Last 3 weeks for JT, 10 RBIs. He's got 2 aboard here with 2 outs in the first. This guy's been a terrific catcher, handler of a pitching staff, good hitter on some really good teams for a long time. Phillies got him in a trade with the Marlins in 2019. He got to free agency twice, and he's stayed in Philadelphia both times. Why not? They've got a team that has deep playoff hopes. He had the day off last night. The 0-1 pitch.
Well, we've talked a bit in this series about the arm power that the Phillies have. We'll see it. We'll see in this game with Sanchez. You'll see some of it tomorrow again with Wheeler. And as good as some of the arms are, oftentimes that guy behind the plate, that guy's going to make you a lot better. And JT Realmuto is one of those guys that gets the most out of his pitching staff.
Palante's got ahead quickly, 0-2. First and third, 2 outs. 20 pitches for Palante so far. And that one fouled straight back. Realmuto originally a 3rd round pick in 2010 by the Marlins out of high school. He had a baseball commitment at Oklahoma State. Great athlete. 2 balls, 2 strikes. JT's dad played college baseball for Southwest Missouri State and was born in Del City, Oklahoma. The pitch way outside, full count.
Well, it's something we saw in the ball game yesterday. Incredibly patient, big, long pitch counts against Dobbins early.
Rise already a 1/3 of the way to second base. 3rd full count for Palante. The pitch on the ground, deep short. Mason's got it. He'll throw to first, and that will retire the side. 24 pitches for Palante. The Phillies strand 2 in the first inning. Here come the Cardinals against Christopher Sanchez in St. Louis.
Listen to the heart.
Well, there's your Cardinals skipper, Oliver Marmol. The Cardinals trying to get back to 500 with a win tonight. Here's his Menards starting nine. The top half of the order has been really effective in the homestand for the Redbirds. Jose Fermin fifth. Got to get something going 7, 8, 9 to flip the lineup card over. And more importantly, you better have your A game going, because a 15-game winner, Christopher Sanchez, a two-time All-Star, is the man on the bump for Philadelphia tonight.
Yeah, Sanchez putting it together. Another big-time season for him. Start number 25, the 2.65 ERA we showed you, the fourth best in the National League. Been a whole lot different, though, at home rather than on the road, and hopefully it's a split that continues. A mid-4 ERA on the road and 1.5 at home.
So here's that shuffled Philadelphia defense. Alec Bohm began the year at third base. They acquired Authorized. That moved Bryson Stott to third base, and Bryce Harper back in right field after the last couple of seasons at first. We'll see how that plays out over the course of the remaining weeks in the season. But it starts with the man on the mound, and that's going to be a very important pitch for Sanchez. Can he establish the inside corner to keep the Cardinals hitters honest and away from that changeup?
Yeah, and specifically the right-handed hitters, right? That glove side, being able to fire that one in there, that will allow them to not lean over the plate and go try to scoop some of those changeups from Sanchez.
J.J. Weatherholt 0 for 4 last night. 38 hits this year, lefty versus lefty. As Sanchez lets her rip and catches a corner. The Tampa Bay Rays do an outstanding job of finding talent and getting it to the big leagues. They might rue the day they let this guy go, with all respect to Curtis Mead. That's who the Phillies traded to Tampa Bay to get Sanchez, who's 15-4 this year.
Well, certainly you see all the projectables. A lefty that's 6'6", throws hard, but sometimes you got to take some risks. They don't always work.
That's whacked toward left. Marsh backpedals and squeezes that. Good approach for Weatherholt. But he's retired. One up and one man down. And here is our featured matchup. Ivan Herrera versus Sanchez. He's also our Bet365 betting odds update. Can Herrera knock in a run? He's got 50 of those on the season. 6 extra base hits in the last 5 games for the Cardinals DH. And what a homestand. 10 hits, a homer, 3 RBIs, and 6 runs. That's driven a long way out of play. Foul. You know, that man would enjoy having Ivan Herrera in the lineup. Hall of Fame skipper Tony La Russa is here tonight. He'll join us a little later on the broadcast.
Always great to have the skipper in the building. You know, he's probably already telling Larry State there what he'd do in this situation, setting up his bullpen. And we got Nelly in the building. Oh, right. You don't lose when Tony La Russa and Nelly are in the building. I'll tell you that right now.
Must be cool down there in the owner's seats.
He had air conditioning in those ones.
Ah, okay. That explains it.
Probably. And diamonds make it cold.
1-2 is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Bill DeWitt the third hosting Nelly tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. There's the changeup. It's a beauty. 96 of his 175 strikeouts this year have come on that pitch. And 2 men are down.
Well, you don't want to get to the changeup, so what do? The Toyota key to the game? Hit the hard ones. The sinker, right? It's still a good pitch. It's 95. It's got a little life to it, but it's been hittable. 327 the average against that sinker of Sanchez. That's the one you want. So you might see the Cardinals swinging early at some of these fastballs.
Jordan Walker riding a 10-game hitting streak. He has 4 separate double-digit hit streaks this season. Matt Holliday, the last Cardinal to do that. Base is empty for Jordan. The pitch is popped up. And Bohm at first is there, and Sanchez breezes through the first on just 11 pitches. So we head to the second. Game 2 just underway, no score. Hot night in St. Louis, no score. As we head to the second, let's check in with the cat, Jim Hayes.
Andre Palante's ERA over his last 3 starts, 1.45, and that was against the Reds, Cubs, and Yankees. Not too shabby. Dusty Blake told me Andre has just doubled down on what he does well, and that's attacking hitters. And Dusty said Andre is rising to the challenge when he faces a really good offense. Dusty told me Andre not only is not backing down, he's become even more aggressive. Brad, no backing down. That's good.
That's huge, and it's a big thing, especially as you move on, right? He got great experience last year with the innings that he had, but then realized you don't have to be too fine with some of this stuff. Like competing in the zone with your stuff, that's what it's all about. Then you expand, right? Once you get ahead, then you can move on to some other things. But when you nibble, that's when you end up getting in trouble. That's when you end up falling behind in counts. And for the most part this season, Andre Palante hasn't done that. He said, here it is, hit it. He realizes the stuff is good. He's been on the ground, and he's had plenty of swing and miss this season.
Yeah, he looks the part of a major league starter now. As that one laced into center field by Bryson Stott, second leadoff man aboard for the Phillies. It's one thing to have stuff, it's another to know how to use it, and I think the evolution of Palante is exactly that, Brad. He's had the pitches, but knowing how to sequence them, having confidence in throwing them, and the positive results reinforcing all of that has been the cake baked in 2026.
Yeah, and consistently landing them, right? Because you go back and look at some of the data behind some of his breaking balls, right? The spin has been great on the curveball, and the spin's been really good on the slider. Execution was not last year. A lot of times they were down under the zone. They were non-competitive pitches, not because he wasn't trying to compete, but because he just couldn't land them. Well, this year he is. Like, you have to respect that he can throw his slider for a strike. You have to respect that he can throw his curveball for a strike, and then he's expanded off of those.
Well, he's gotten to strike one pretty consistently. He's had to work a little harder than he'd like, but this should be a can of corn in right for Walker. It is. Marsh retired on 2 pitches. Alec Bohm is coming up next. The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks at MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. We're going to see 3 ballparks on our next road trip. Wrigley Field and the Great American Ballpark, then Citizens Bank in Philly.
Going to see a whole lot of Great American Ballpark. 5 games in 4 days.
A lot of chances to enjoy that chili.
You know, we tried it last time, and it was, I'm trying to think of the right way to describe that chili. And maybe, like, when I say that chili, it was Skyline chili, right? It's not just the, like, maybe there are different Cincinnati chilies that are, like, good. I don't know, but that one wasn't. And that's just me, just my opinion. Chip Carey, I said it.
Well, let's just say that, well, first of all, how do you dislike your chili? How many ways do you dislike it?
Well, 5. All 5 of the ways that they tried to give it to me, I wasn't having.
1 ball, 1 strike. As Stott takes off, good jump, and a line drive into center by Bohm. Phillies got him first and third with 1 out. So nothing chilly about the Philadelphia offense. They are starting to click. Last night, Philadelphia 6 runs on 8 hits, a lot of base runners. Palante some traffic here in the second.
Well, going back to execution, as we just talked about, right? Slider was a strike. It was near the bottom of the zone, but if he puts this down in the way where he wants it, you're going to end up getting a different result. That one just off the end of the bat by Bohm. But again, with Andre Palante, a guy that is a huge ground ball guy, like your chances here. Get something on the ground. Now you know that this guy can fly. Crawford can move it. You can still double him up. Something hit hard to the right side.
Crawford's hitting 2 of them. Palante could use a 3rd here. And that pushed him off the plate. He looked quickly at Blaze Jordan to see how close he was to the grass, and Blaze has his Size 11s on the turf.
Is that confirmed, or did you just guess? That's a guess.
That's fouled away. And was that catcher's interference? Nope, just the foul ball caught the mitt, and that stung Pedro Pajes. What place is what? 6'1", 6'2"? I'm guessing size 11.
Okay. I just didn't know if you actually did that deep of a dive. If you're that guy, it's like, hey, let me see them shoes. All right, got it. Because that's a good little broadcast nugget to be able to throw that in.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I can also see you being the guy in the clubhouse that's like, put up your hand. Let me see how big your hand is compared to mine. Yeah, I can see you doing that. Because you got large bare paws.
I do.
I do. Like, let me see. See how big your hands are. Yeah, those are every bit of 11, though. Good call on that. Cannot confirm hand size yet. I get Chip to size him up later.
2 balls and a strike. Little chopper right to the second base bag, and Palante does get the double play. Hand it to Mr. Palante. He gets a double play. The Phillies out of luck, and Burley's coming up trying to break a scoreless tie early.
Yep, just got back
from the field to finance, the Stiefel patch on every Cardinals jersey represents more than a logo. It's a symbol of strength, strategy, and success. From investment banking to wealth management, Stiefel helps clients pursue their financial goals. No score. We're in the second. Alec Burleson leads off. Look at what he's done over the last month at the plate. That's more like it.
Yeah, that'll do right there for Alec Burleson. Really, look what he's done in the last couple of years at the plate. The Silver Slugger from a year ago, picking up right where he left off. Showing off the power, the extra base hit ability this Cardinal offense has definitely needed, and just the consistency. That's something that Alec talked about coming into this season, is that he wanted to make sure that anytime he went through a rough patch, he could snap out of it quickly, right? Knowing his swing, knowing himself so well, I say he's done a good job of that.
This, though, a real test. A man as talented as Sanchez, and look, let's face it, Burley's had a down year, lefty versus lefty. Let's see if he can clip a mistake. He's behind in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies have 3 hits. Cardinals looking for their first base runner. No chase. Good eye. 2-2.
Well, something that Sanchez has kind of shifted a little bit is he's really used his sinker more to the lefties. Like he's not afraid to run it in on the hands. You make a mistake to Burley up, he can punish you. There's that sinker in. Nice pitch. 95 right there on the black.
Sanchez had a 50 2/3 inning scoreless streak that was snapped, the 5th longest by a Phillies pitcher.
First decent streak.
2-2, and Burley caught looking. He's struck out. 2 of those for Sanchez. And one man is down here in the Cardinals second. Get tickets for the Cardinals Care 50-50 raffle. One lucky winner wins half the jackpot. The other half supports kids in our St. Louis community. Visit cardinals.com/5050 for tickets. Jose Fermin is next. He drove in a run last night. Yeah, something about those 50 inning streaks. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I guess. If you like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That is very impressive. Crazy impressive at the big league level. Be able to do something like that.
Line into left. Who better to get your first hit than the Ferminator? A clean single over Turner's head at short. Mason Wynn is next with a man aboard in the second.
I've been so impressed with Jose Fermin this year. Wherever you put him in the field, he's going to make all the plays. Wherever you put him in the order, he's going to put together a good at-bat and just consistent hard contact for him. And by the way, he's also shown off a lot of patience here as of late, making the opposing pitcher work. He'll take his walks, but get something going here with one out in the second.
Mason Wynn, a 4-game hit streak, is next. And buckle him on the inside corner with a strike. Mason's going to challenge here in the second inning. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it is a strike. So the Cardinals have just one left the rest of the way in a scoreless game.
That's just one of those, right? Obviously, with the way that he jumped out of the box, did not think that was going to be a strike.
And you can see the game plan for Sanchez, what you talked about. That was a changeup, but the pitch prior to Mason, inner half, trying to keep those right-handed batters from diving out over the plate and hammering that off-speed changeup.
Yeah, I feel like if I was a right-handed hitter against him, that's what I would try to do. I would try to dive out. I'd try to slap something the other way. He wants to keep some of these right-handers honest, and that's where he's going to end up getting in trouble. If he starts that same pitch trying to go in and lets 94 run. He has about 18 inches of horizontal run on his fastball. I mean, that thing is running big time arm side, so it has a chance to come back into the zone and get hurt.
Missed again, ball 3. Fermin, a short lead at first. Bohm holds him there. The pitch. So a full count. This is the part of the order where the Cardinals are hoping to get hot tonight and tomorrow. Driven to right field. Mason Wynn will chase Fermin to third. Mason Wynn, magical at the plate, has him first and third with one out. That's what you want to do against Sanchez. That was artistry.
Well, he tried to go inside, tried to be able to get Mason Wynn off of the outer half, and he was able to stay on this one. 93-mile-an-hour sinker. It's away, but it's up, and that is a good stroke right there. That's exactly what we've seen him do recently. That's why you've seen the numbers climb for Mason Wynn.
So some contact in the air in the outfield could score the game's first run. Blaze Jordan is your batter. He's riding an 8-game hit streak. First and third with one out. Cardinals had some chances late in the game last night, but were mesmerized by the changeup. Again, the Phillies give Jordan the right side of the infield. What you like about Blaze as a young hitter, this is his 138th at bat. He's only struck out 20 times. He puts the ball in play. Opposite field approach would be welcomed in this spot. Popped up and just beyond the green seats. So Jordan's got some work to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, I do think, Chip, sorry, for Jordan, the thoughts should be up the middle the other way. Like, that's how he's going to try to bury you. If he ends up coming in, the hand's going to have to be fast enough to foul something off. He could also leave something middle, but you're thinking up the middle the other way.
The 2-2.
Fought it off, right? Slider coming into him. You just know this, especially against the right-hander. He wants to bury you with the changeup. Tried earlier, but there's a good chance, especially now, after opening up inside, that he's going to go right back out to it.
Back-to-back singles after a strikeout to start the inning. Now a battle here for Blaze Jordan. Everson Pereira is on deck. No score. 30 pitches for Sanchez. Little chopper hit toward third. One there. The turn is in time. And a double play. Jordan chops to third. The Phillies in around the horn double play. And the Cardinals will be out of luck in the second inning. Apparently no challenge. We head to the third. No score. When we come back, great skipper of the Cardinals, Tony La Russa, joins Brad B at Busch Stadium. 20 years ago, the Cardinals were champions. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more with Tony next. Well, those two seasons bring back plenty of happy memories for all of Cardinals Nation, and perhaps in particular the man that's joining us in the booth. He needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway. It's not often to get a Hall of Famer to sit next to you in the broadcast booth. Tony La Russa, welcome back home.
Well, it's like coming home. I always appreciate it.
So it's 20 years. Can you believe that? 20 years since 2006.
I really don't, because I know time goes faster, but we've had so many memories from it that it's kept it alive and slowed it down.
Tony, this is kind of a broader than just an 06 question, but it's a championship question because obviously you have plenty of experience there. What comes to mind when you think about a championship team? Is there some characteristics that come to mind right away for you?
Well, the first one that I've learned, and I think if you look at other teams, it isn't always whether you win the championship. If you get into competition, get into October, there's a toughness, there's a certain execution of making a pitch, making a play, taking it at bat. But when you get into October, it's so much fun because anybody can win a short series. So I think a lot of it has to do with because of the 162, how mentally tough your club is committed to being to the ups and downs.
And doing this like the Cardinals are this season with such a young team. Here we are, just a game under 500. 4.5 games out of a playoff spot. Says a lot about the talent on the field, but certainly the leadership in the dugout and the coaching staff.
I believe that's true, and that's what you got to look at it. You get to the last 2 months, and if your team is in contention, most fun you can have. And it doesn't make, it makes a little difference if, you're 12 over 500 and the other team's 15. But if you have a chance with 2 months to go, it's a precious opportunity, and it's really a good sign for this young club.
Well, when you're thinking about championship teams, obviously you're thinking about great leaders. Obviously, Tony, you are one of those. Almost got a foul ball. You were ready for it. Great coaching staff, great leaders on the clubhouse, and just great storytellers from all of those. And I know that you've got an event coming up on September 13th in Chesterfield, kind of telling some stories from some championship years.
Well, I think that I'll start with that foul ball that almost came in. The two guys I'm sitting next to, Brad and Chip, you both ducked.
Yeah,
I don't think that you trusted my ability to make a play.
Oh, I knew you had it. Wanted to give you some space.
Yeah. The thing I think that our fans will appreciate is how difficult the 2016 season was. And the reason the title is 2004 plus 5 equals 6, because we had some really tough losses and we got tougher. But in 06, everybody knows we lost 8 in a row twice. But the injuries could have decimated a ball club's attitude. And we had guys come up like Chris Duncan and who kept us alive. Mm-hmm. And I remember Brad will be there. The first game of the playoffs, I showed the guy the lineup. I said, "Oh, guess what? They're all back. Just look at them. Nobody wants to play us."
And that worked out just fine as Trey Turner digs in again and takes ball 4. Your event Sunday, September 13th, is going to cap off an amazing weekend here in St. Louis. The White Sox are here. That's going to be one of the great stories in baseball, what that young club has done. We'll honor the 2006 team. Then, of course, the Hall of Fame ceremony at the ballpark. Bill Sherdell, Yadier Molina, and Albert Pujols. I'm sure that'll bring back a million happy memories.
I think you learn about giving back. Places I've been, whether Chicago, Oakland, St. Louis, Now, another double play.
Palante's getting it on the ground, and that's going to take care of Bryce Harper. Tony, I know you got to go talk to the big money guys on the radio side, but I was honored to see you this morning, and when you called Brad 7-up when you greeted him for the first time, that made me so happy.
There's no doubt in my mind you guys arranged this short. Half an inning.
We'll do it again, though.
Right,
Great Tony La Russa. We'll pump the event some more. September 13th, more on Tony La Russa's great event as we honor the 2006 World Champion Cardinals here in St. Louis.
There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
Bottom three, no score in St. Louis. Chance to talk it over with the manager, Ollie Marmol. So, Ollie, you have some guys hitting very well right now. I want to ask you about Herrera. Went through a little drought. Now he's picked it up. He's slugging .714 over his last 6. What's he doing differently?
Yeah, he's feeling a lot better about his swing right now. And there's periods during the year, especially halfway through, man, where you're tired, your body's moving differently, and you struggle for a little bit. He was in that for several weeks, but in talking to him now, there's a lot more confidence as to where he's at. He's feeling comfortable, and we're seeing a lot more production.
Guy like Burley's putting together a great year, right? Silver Slugger Award last year. Now he's hitting .330 over his last 25. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, this dude could hit, man. I love his approach. I love his ability to just solve for a lot of different styles of pitching. He's a guy that doesn't punch out a whole lot. He takes a professional at bat. He can hit it out of the yard. Does a lot of things well, but he's a real pure hitter.
We just had Tony La Russa in the booth with the boys upstairs. I know he came by your office. You had a little visit. What's it like when a guy like TLR stands by or stops by?
I love it. I really do, for a lot of reasons. Anytime he's in town, he doesn't have to, but I love the fact that he pops into the office, and sometimes he'll sit there 15, 30, 40 minutes and just talk ball. And there's so much wisdom there. This guy, talk about a long career managing and doing it well. There's a lot of wisdom to draw from him, and he always does a really nice job of just giving me time. So whether that's while he's at home or on the road, sometimes I just have the ability to call him on certain situations, but I appreciate the communication there. It's served me well.
Kind of what Cardinal baseball is all about. Thank you.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Cat, thank you very much. That's a great endorsement from Oliver Marmol that A, Tony wants to come back, and B, that he's welcomed back so fondly. You understand the latter for sure.
For sure. And look, at Ollie, we talk about this a lot for players, and we utilize the term student of the game, and this guy's learning on the job, and he takes information. That's Ollie as a manager, too. He is a student of it. He is consistently always searching for different ways to communicate differently and to get better and to learn. I'm not sure he sleeps, to be totally honest with you. Like the amount of things that Ollie digs into and cares about. I mean, he really is a great leader, especially for a young team. This is a guy, too, that is, handpicked his staff. He's been able to entrust his guys to coach the players up while he's doing all of his managerial duties. Like, there's a lot that goes into wearing that hat, and Ollie has worn it well.
And let's remember, we all have recency bias with our memories. We all know about the glory days for the Cardinals with Tony and all the great players and great moments.
Thank you, Chip.
You had a big part in that, as Pages takes low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The first couple years when Tony was here, it was a challenge. The Cardinals were, I don't want to say rebuilding, but my memory seems to be that the Cardinals were kind of muddling along, trying to rebuild, trying to build a style of play that would carry over for Tony and his staff.
Yeah, and trying to build a word that Ollie talks a lot about is a culture, right? Yeah. And a couple of those things you heard Tony talking about toughness. And being a team that is not afraid to go out there and be on the attack and just be the aggressor. Well, Tony's team had that. Tony's team just had always had a toughness level, but you had to build it.
And I love what Tony's event is all about. The heartbreak of 2004 and 2005 leading to the World Series championship in 2006. Sunday, September 13th at the Factory in Chesterfield. It's a nonprofit event. They'll celebrate those 3 great Cardinals teams, celebrate the new Cardinals Hall of Famers, Albert and Yachty. It's an event that's going to give back so much to the city of St. Louis. It'll impact several nonprofits, including those devoted to helping kids and to companion animal welfare. And it's a star-studded entertainment lineup as well, of course, with Albert Yachty. Jimmy Ballgame's going to come back. Jim DiMatteo, an Aviation Hall of Famer and Top Gun leader, will lead a tribute to veterans. Whitney Hopkins, Gold Star member, and her family will be honored. Greg Warren, a comedian and St. Louis native. And Bob Latchkey, a former executive VP for Anheuser-Busch. He'll present some of AB's legendary commercials for the audience's entertainment. They haven't announced tickets sale dates yet, but they'll be priced at $35, $50, and $75. And for $150, you'll have an exclusive post-event reception. As JJ rolls to second, it's the Phillies' turn to turn a double play. So more on Tony La Russa's event as our ball game rolls merrily along. We are scoreless, and we're off to the fourth in steamy St. Louis. Back in St. Louis, everyone remembers the great Darryl Kyle and how much all of us miss him, but he has a wonderful family, including his lovely daughter Sierra, who is here in St. Louis for a wonderful event. First of all, welcome back. It's great to see you back here in St. Louis.
It's great to be here. I was here last year throwing out the first pitch to Adam Wainwright, which was so cool, and I can't believe it's been almost a year. So
does this still feel like home in so many ways to you?
It does. I actually just met a fan who brought me a picture of my dad, like a print photo, and it just reminded me how amazing the Cardinals fan base is.
Well, they all remember your dad. They remember you, and all of us miss him so much. But it's wonderful to see that you're carrying on his legacy of giving to others. You have a very special program that you're here to tell us about it. So
yeah, so I'm here with Playing with Heart with Merck and Women Heart. It's what started the program last year here in St. Louis. And I'm really here just to spread awareness using my dad's story and his heart attack, just to encourage people to get to a doctor and learn more about your bad cholesterol. And, it's been really eye-opening to me learning everyone's stories and just how prevalent heart attacks are. And the baseball community has been so welcoming to me and my family. It's been an amazing program.
They gave us a promo sheet for your visit. I didn't realize that over 800,000 people in the U.S. have a heart attack here. That's an astoundingly high number, isn't it?
It's crazy. I feel like everyone I've talked to knows someone who's had a heart attack, has had heart disease themselves, and it's crazy how many people have gone through something like that. And like I said, this program really helps spread awareness. And
it's not like having a cold or scraping your fingernail or breaking a leg. It's in so many ways a silent disease, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, Darryl felt fine. He was a professional athlete, and he still suffered from a heart attack. So it really just reminds you that you could feel fine and still have a really high bad cholesterol number.
So you have a website, so tell us about that. I'm sure people have much more willingness to answer questions or have questions answered, I should say, online.
Yeah, if anyone wants to learn more, they can go to playingwithheart.com. It's an amazing program, and I've been excited to be a part of it. And, obviously just great to be back in St. Louis with the Cardinals Nation.
What's the response been like for this endeavor for you?
It's been nothing but positive. I mean, the guys I've gotten to see, just the former players, the teams, the stadiums, it's been so cool. And just a lot of them played against my dad, with my dad. It's been such a cool experience.
I was going to say, it's always sad when someone you love isn't here, but when you hear those stories, it's like they're standing right next to you and hopefully smiling from above, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it once again reminds me how tight-knit the baseball community is. Everyone really is just gathered around my family. And like I said, people have just been coming out with such great stories, and like I said, it feels like he's still here.
Give me your best dad story that you've been told or that you remember.
It was really, I was in St. Louis last June, and I got to see a lot of the guys that played with my dad, Jim Edmonds, Matt Morris, and obviously the first thing they say is, last time we saw you, you were yay high. So,
right.
But it was just the same story, just about my dad's just character. He would get a suit for the guy, in the clubhouse. He would just like his teamwork and everything. It was really a lot of stories that had the same sentiment. And I met a fan last year when I was here in St. Louis for the same program, and she came up to me and she was like, I went to a game once and I saw your dad, and your mom was there, and they just look so happy. And she's been a season ticket holder for decades, and it just it's just so cool.
Yeah, just seeing your smile when you talk about your dad, I mean that's worth the price of admission. And I'm sure he is looking down and so proud of you and what you're trying to do, not just for your family's legacy, for so many people that you haven't even met.
Oh yeah, I mean, any reason to be able to talk about him and use his story. You know, he died too young, and he was an amazing player, but you know, really just his character, I think, has helped bring his name out and continue his story, and it's just really such an honor to be here to talk about him.
Okay, so what's the website? How would people log on to get more information?
Yeah, so Playing with Heart, like I said, we're really just here to spread awareness about, you know, your bad cholesterol number, and if people want to learn more and, you know, be able to take that first step to get to a doctor and have that conversation, they can go to playingwithheart.com. We obviously, you know, we have our booth here at the game, which is exciting, and, you know, really here to just spread awareness and encourage people to get to a doctor.
You're wearing a Cardinals jersey. I assume you are still a Cardinals fan, right?
Always, always. You know, I have my dad's All-Star Game jersey, and
Okay.
I didn't bring it, so I have this one with his name on the back, but, you know, I've got all my Cardinals stuff, always.
And you live in Dallas.
I do, and I'm still a Cardinals fan.
I was going to say, you're able to keep up with them down in the Lone Star State?
When the Rangers play the Cardinals, I always have my Cardinals stuff on. It's a must.
That's nice. Well, you can root for Texas when we're not playing. They have Skip Schumacher as the manager. He's a former Cardinal.
That is true. You know, I do like them, but I always have my Cardinals hat on to some extent.
Nice, nice. Well, we welcome you back. It's wonderful to meet you, and thank you for doing what you're doing. For so many people who may not have thought about getting something as simple as a checkup, it really can change your life and obviously the lives of people you care about.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just appreciate you guys having me back here, and I know my mom's in the stadium too, and it's really just an amazing reason to be back in St. Louis and continue to spread awareness.
That's great. Well, Sierra, thank you for joining us. We love you. We love the entire Kyle family, and we miss your dad an awful lot, but we're so grateful to have had just a little sliver of time with him.
I appreciate that, and we'll be back more. It just reminds me how much I love St. Louis. So.
Yeah, will you be back this year? Or just
the goal is next year, I think.
Next year, okay.
And just to come to more games in general, too. I think, you know, that's on my list.
Well, you are more than welcome to take up space that Mr. Thompson takes up. You're a lot more fun to talk to.
This seat is fun, yeah. I was like,
right.
Anytime.
Pretty good view, huh? have you ever done play-by-play?
I haven't.
Well, here's your big chance.
He's up to bat. You know, I think, you know, we're going to see how this pitch goes, and that was a great pitch.
As our producer just said, you're hired. You're already better than the guy that's paid to do that. This is Bryson Stott, by the way.
No, this is amazing. I mean, it's cool to watch the game from here, and just your guys' just viewing all of it is so cool. I mean, obviously, my dad played baseball, but I wish I knew more about it.
Well, there's an old saying in our sport: the farther away from the field you get, the easier it looks. Because this is a really, really, really hard game, and your dad, of course, did it well with 133 wins. Sarah, we're going to let you go. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
All the best. Welcome back to St. Louis, and hope you'll always consider this your home, and tell Mom we all said hi and we love her.
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
That sounds great. Sierra Kyle here with the Playing with Heart Foundation, trying to get everybody to get to their doctor, get checked up, take care of yourself and those you love with one quick doctor's visit. Scoreless game, fourth inning. Brandon Marsh, the batter, started first. And Marsh 0 for 1 so far in our game. Palante doing a good job getting the ball on the ground. 2 ground outs and a walk here in his fourth inning. He's walked 3 guys. That's in keeping with what the Phillies have been doing this entire month. In fact, their last 4 games, counting tonight, Phillies have walked 34 times and have only struck out 33 times. So they are really, Brad Thompson, welcome back, making opposing pitchers work.
Just got some snacks.
What, really?
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear the 2-0 pitch. What was the go-to?
Doritos.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a perfect food back there. Hard to go wrong with those. Cheez-Its.
Both?
Wow. Just some nibbles. I didn't eat the whole bag.
Scoreless in the fourth. Got to keep an eye on Stott. He's only 22 for 22 in stolen bases. Pages has thrown out 16 would-be base stealers this year, so in a close game, which both of these teams feature prominently, might see him off to the races. There he goes. Good jump. Pitch a ball. Throw is not in time. It's short hopped. Mason let it travel and tried a sweep tag, but Stott got in head first, and he's in scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, this one was close right here. Good catch and release. Nice jump, though, by Stott. This would be a great look at it. Letting the throw travel. Just missed him on the tag. Whew.
If he gets tagged down, he's out. But those are the breaks. 3 balls and a strike for Marsh. By the way, Sierra Kyle did a really good job with big league analysis. Just thought you'd like to know.
Like a really good job?
Like Wally Pipp type.
I definitely believe it. Definitely believe it.
Broken bat, sinking liner to third, and that will retire the side. Palante works around a 2-out walk. Cardinals come up with 2, 3, and 4 on the card. Still no score in St. Louis.
Here you leave.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by your Mid-America Chevy dealers and by BJC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care. We've had a star-studded broadcast tonight. Sierra Kyle and Tony La Russa have joined us, and they have seen a very well-pitched game so far. No runs across yet. Cardinals will have Ivan Herrera getting things started in the home fourth. Herrera struck out in his first trip to the plate.
Well, that strikeout came on the changeup. That is going to be how Sanchez wants to bury the right-handers, but the ability to get inside, as we talked about, that's going to be important. Does so there. Sinker 94 down and in glove side.
Sanchez on a roll. He's won 5 straight. The Phillies have won 18 of his first 24 starts. He is an ace, and they've got 2 of them lined up in Sanchez and Zach Wheeler, whom we'll see tomorrow. They've got Jesus Luzardo. But boy, Andrew Painter, their young right-hander, looks like he's figured some things out, Brad. He was awfully impressive. That would give the Phillies 4 really good starters headed to the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be a nice boost for them. Those top 3, you know how good those are. Painter looked great, though, yesterday. I thought that his fastball command was really good. He worked off of it well. Obviously held the Cardinals hitless until the 6th inning. Just good command, good poise, and really, this Phillies team has been riding that starting staff. They have been a solid group all season long.
2-2 and rolled foul. I think a couple of big questions will be asked to the Phillies. One, will this shuffling of the defensive deck work out for Don Mattingly? Number 2, will Don Mattingly be back? He's the interim manager for Philadelphia. He's expressed interest in coming back. As that one is swung on and missed, a slider and 4 strikeouts. There has been a lot of speculation about Alex Cora, let go by the Red Sox, and his association with Dave Dombrowski. Some of the folks that I talked to believe that Don Mattingly, great man whose son Preston is their general manager, they might have to get to or win the World Series for Mattingly to be the guy going forward. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard.
Well, I don't think that you could go wrong having that guy at the helm. Don Mattingly, all the experience in the world as a player, obviously, as a manager. I think he's got a great pulse of his clubhouse, of his guys, but organizationally, right, everybody's got to make their decisions on what they think is going to set them up for the most success in the future and who they want to lead that.
That's a tick low. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think that's the most fascinating case study in our game for a head of a baseball operations department, is what kind of personality sits in that room for the type of team you have. And the Phillies have really gone through just about all of them. You had Charlie Manuel, who when he was received in Philadelphia was thought of as this North Carolina country guy who had an aw shucks mentality but wasn't tough enough to handle Philly. Well, that wasn't the case. He led him to the World Series. And then when Charlie vacated the office, they brought in a much more intense Joe Girardi. And that was needed at the time. But when Joe Girardi didn't work out, they brought in Rob Thompson, who was much more mellow, but a baseball lifer. And with all the good work he did, a slow start, well, now it's Don Mattingly, a man who might be in the Hall of Fame someday.
And that should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Out of play for Jordan Walker, a full count.
But I mean, that will happen, right? When you have an organization like this that has been that close, and obviously they've won championships as well, the expectation is you got to get there, and oftentimes that's the job that is the most highly scrutinized one.
Well, there's no mistaking the baseball pedigree of Don Mattingly and the job he has done as a big league skipper. And he's got a good club. That one rolled foul. You heard Tony La Russa say it. You get to the final 2 months, it really is the proverbial race of how many wins can you get out of the 50 that you have left on the schedule. And Philadelphia comfortably in the wild card race, has a handful of games left with Atlanta, the team in front of them in the East.
We ended up learning so much about a ball club, and the Cardinals again coming into action 4.5 games back of that wild card. You learn a lot about a team down the stretch when you're playing for something, of who can rise to the occasion, who maybe has to learn from some of the failures on a big stage to grow from it the next year. Like, there are just so many things that each individual can pull from playing meaningful games.
3-2 to Walker. Good fight here. And that one off the end of the bat. Popped into center. Crawford, great speed. Streaks in and makes the catch for out number 2. Base is empty. Let's step aside for a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Keeping with our theme of 2006, what did you learn about yourself and your team in that crazy campaign that ended up with the championship?
Well, it was always a team in 06, and I actually love that Tony's event is 2004 plus 2005 equals 2006, because it was a group that had been there, done that. Like, it was a group of veterans that had fallen short, and obviously, I mean, that's the randomness of baseball. Like, some incredibly talented teams. 100-win team in 05, over 100 wins in 04 that lost in the World Series to the Red Sox. But you had a group that just knew that once you got there, even through all of the injuries, like, let this team in the door, and then all of a sudden you knew the opposition was in trouble. And Tony referenced it, the lineup card first day against the Padres, where all the boys were back. Albert's back, Scotty, Jimmy, David, like, all of your guys that had missed some time throughout the season were all healthy at the right time. It was going to be hard to stop that juggernaut.
Hall of Fame induction weekend for the Cardinals, September 11th and 12th. Tony's event is Sunday the 13th. The reunion ceremony will be at 6 o'clock on Cardinals TV. Then the Hall of Fame inductions of Albert Yachty and Bill Schertle. That coverage also starts at 6 o'clock. But that 06 club, Brad, it was so interesting. You said it best. Back-to-back 100-win seasons. You have your hearts broken. 2006, you win 83 games, got hot at the right time, and won the whole thing.
Yeah, 83 games doesn't buy you what it used to. I don't know if it's an exchange rate thing or something. But it goes back to what Tony's talking about, like, get in. However it happens, you get in. And I also like what he said. Look, championship-like traits aren't only for clubs that win championships, right? Like, 04 obviously had championship traits and did win the National League. 05 championship traits, and ultimately 06 got to actually get the hardware on that season. But you have a toughness, you have a resiliency, you have a belief in yourself and those around you, and you got a good chance to win. And in 06 we had all those things.
Stott, a nice play at third. The stretch at second by Arise, and the scoreless duel continues in St. Louis. We are off to the 5th.
It's the summer sales.
No score as we move to the top of the 5th in the STL. It was pretty clear the heat and the humidity gave Hunter Dobbins problems last night. He did a good job of limiting the damage. He said it wasn't easy. He told me, I'm going to reach out to some of the guys who have had great careers pitching here and try to get some ideas on how to deal with it. Guys, he said the sweat on his hands just messed with his control, and that can be an issue. Can be.
No, it absolutely can be. And I thought that he battled really, really well. And to your point, right, he wasn't as sharp as he would like to be. Had to fight himself. You can see him early in the game, Chip. We talked about it. He was trying to go to his leg, trying to figure out a way to get a dry spot. The rosin wasn't getting it done. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to execute. You have to be able to fight. And he fought in that ball game. He kept it as close as he could. Ultimately gave the team a chance to win. But that is a real thing.
Yes, it's hot in here.
It's not here, Chip. It's her.
Oh, sorry.
Obviously. I love seeing Nelly at the ballpark. Got me all pumped up.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Alec Bohm. That's up and in. Palante's had traffic in every inning. He's walked 3. He's scattered 3 hits. But an example of how far Palante's come. He's matching Sanchez pitch for pitch. Who will crack first to center? Perea going back to the wall. Leaps up. He's got it. What a catch. That's 2 great catches in as many games. And that's why the Cardinals like this kid. They love his work in center, and he's our BJC Healthcare difference maker.
He had to range a long way to go get this, and Perea does not slow up. Timed this jump perfectly. You time that any later, the wall is going to end up stopping your jump. That was perfect. He's pumped up. Cardinal fans are pumped up, and you know that Andre Palante loved every bit of that from Perea. Nice work.
So one scintillating out in the 5th inning. Here's Crawford. He hit into a double play. Yeah, Perea with a diving catch on the warning track against Colorado sealed the 2nd win of that series. And he just took away extra bases from Alec Bohm and took the punishment against the padded wall for a great catch. Eight o'clock at Busch Stadium as that one off the netting foul off to our left. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, those are the kind of defensive plays, Chip, this club's going to have to make. Like, they're going to have to be rangy in the infield and the outfield. We've talked so much all season about these 1-run games, the tight games the team plays. Plays like that mean the world.
That's leads to left. Fermin to his left. That one got up in the lights. Or maybe the ribbon board, but he stayed with that. Not an easy play. There's out number 2. It's Country Music Night, Friday, August 28th with your theme ticket. Fans take home a Country Music Night Cardinals t-shirt plus a pregame concert featuring live music. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
That guy's going to be front row. Country Music Night. I don't know if that's a thing that you could, like, if you rock a cowboy hat, it's probably because you've been wearing it your whole life. Like, it's just part of your world. Like, that's a normal thing. I don't think, like, a normal dude can just be like, you know what I'm going to do? Cowboy hat now. I'm going to be a cowboy hat guy. Can you do that? Like, is that a thing?
I mean, you can wear one casually.
What does that mean? What do you mean wear it casually?
Just
like
if you
to
go
Walmart?
If you go to a concert and you want to wear a cowboy hat, you can do that.
That's like wearing a costume. That's
Well,
that's like coming to a baseball game and wearing a full uniform and cleats, I think.
Okay.
Like, you just don't know unless you normally do it.
Okay. I mean, I see your point. So you're saying that, wow, if you don't play baseball, you can't wear a baseball cap? Is that what you're saying?
No, you can wear the cap. No, you can wear the hat. That's actually a great comp, Chip, but not full uniform, not spikes. But he's rocking it. Like, that's part of his life. Like,
Looks
that guy
great.
didn't just put on that hat. And it's like, guess who I am today? Cowboy Chris, or whatever his name is.
Well, do you think that guy is a fan of country music or Western music?
I'd say both kinds, yeah. Both.
Because it's my understanding it is 2 distinct genres.
Country and Western.
Yes. That's popped away by Schwarber. I mean, can't you see Dizzy Dean doing a big league game wearing a 10-gallon hat?
Yeah, because I feel like it fits his persona, right? Just saying, like Chip Carey on Wednesday having dinner in Clayton, and you come in rocking a cowboy hat.
That's not going to happen.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Like, sir, you stop it.
But, you know, it's kind of a contradiction.
Okay.
Our pal Jeff Brantley, broadcaster for the Reds. We'll see him next week. First, the 3-2 pitch. Did he go? Yeah, he did. Schwarber's rung up. Jeff Brantley's called the cowboy, and he doesn't wear a cowboy hat. Everson Pereira cowboyed up, made a great catch up against the fence. He helps keep this game scoreless in St. Louis. Time for the Cardinals to cash in some of their chances here on the banks of the Mississippi and in the shadows of the Gateway Arch. See the golden glow of Busch Stadium on the left of your screen. No score. Palante and Sanchez going toe-to-toe in the middle game of this series. Mason Wynn gets it started. He singled his first time up, shot the ball to right field. A promising second inning for the Cardinals, but a double play took him out of that scoring chance.
Well, Chip, when you looked at this game on paper, this pitching pairing, it's kind of what you expected to have, a tight ball game. Andre Palante's been throwing the ball incredibly well. We know the season that the All-Star Sanchez has put together, so goes back to execution in a game and the big play. Pereira made an awesome play in center field, robbing extra bases. And the hope is that able to get some of those big hits now along the way here against Sanchez, and inevitably at some point, I say inevitably, to the pitch count at 66 of the bullpen of the Phillies.
Strike three. Mason Wynn used a challenge early in the game, is rung up here. One up, one down in the fifth. Let's check out a quick word from our friends at Auto Owners Insurance.
With the right coverage from Auto Owners, when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered. That's simple human sense.
Well, Sanchez giving the beleaguered Phillies bullpen a chance to rest up tonight. They might have still a couple of guys unable to pitch. Not because they're injured, Brad, but because Don Mattingly has leaned on them a lot. He said, look, we're trying to win every game. They're neck and neck with Arizona in the wild card chase. They want to try to catch Atlanta. So not sure if he's got his full complement of relief pitchers ready for this one. Another rollover to third. Stott, fair ball, long throw, and just in time. Bohm with a stretch. So Stott's made a couple of good plays. Two up and a two-man down. The Pirates are here Friday, August 28th. That's a Friday night. That night, fans 21 and over take home a City Connect quarter zip pullover. That's courtesy of Budweiser. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions. Stott's a good athlete. He looks very natural over at third base. Pereira bats and swings and misses.
Yeah, Chip, I know we had talked about the defensive alignment being different, obviously bringing a rise in. You do wonder if it ends up just getting better for them overall. We talked about a rise in the ball game yesterday. He has put in a lot of work to turn himself into a plus defender in the infield, and the numbers bear that out this year. The big key is, what does Bryce Harper look like in right field? Like,
yeah.
Is he able to get the job done out there? But a rise has been moving well over there. Bohm has been solid at first base, so that man right there, and he was more than willing to move back out to the outfield, a big key to the success.
They have a really good infield coach, Bobby Dickerson, who's been with their organization for a long time baseball man. So making all these pieces fit together will be job number one for him. And so far, so good for Philadelphia here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that just missed. Sanchez thought he caught the corner. He's done a nice job of pitching inside of these Cardinals hitters. He has struck out 5. But the Redbirds have made him work. He's about to unfurl his 74th toss in the game. A swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the 5th inning. It's getting serious in St. Louis. No score. Turner, Harper, and Arise coming up.
When you give someone
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Andre Palante's pitching a beauty. 5 scoreless innings against a Philly offense that has scored 4 or more runs in 12 straight games. He has done a really nice job. He's gotten a couple of double plays turned. He's getting the ball on the ground. He's struck out 2. He's walked 3. And he'll start with Trey Turner in the 6th inning.
I think something that stood out in this ball game and really all season long for Andre Palante is the fastball usage and how he's using everything off of it. He's running the good sinker in on the hands of the right-handers. That 4-seam has been on the other side of the plate, and then his ability to land some of that secondary stuff, especially to get back into the count, has been big. Look at the pitch arsenal, how he's using it here today. Leaning on that 4-seamer, getting a lot of ground balls with that. Remember, that 4-seam for him has some real natural cut to it. Nothing really straight out of the hand of Andre Palante.
Trey Turner has struck out. He has walked. So he's 0 for 1 in the series. His first action tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Palante starting his 3rd trip through the Philadelphia order. Nobody's moved a muscle in the Cardinals bullpen. Pitch count very manageable for Palante, just 88 of them. But the big boys are coming up. And a liner just out of reach of Mason Wynn. So a 2-strike hit for Turner. He's a 17 stolen base man. Let's see how quickly he's put in motion.
Another one of the sliders here from Andre Palante. Chevy pitch track. I like the pitch. Remember, he got Turner with a good slider in his first at bat, but it was down and away. That one just didn't get it where he wanted it.
Bryce Harper has walked and hit into a double play. He's 0 for 4 in the series. He's hit 2 double plays so far here in St. Louis. Good try, but Harper took it. 14 double plays for the Phillies right fielder this year.
I feel like 15 is just a better number.
Yeah, I think so. They play him as a dead pull hitter. And up and away. And the Cardinals have just 1 challenge left. Don't use it there. 2 balls, no strikes. Our truck confirms that pitch was indeed off the plate. That one at the knees and in for a strike. Harper reached base for his 16th consecutive game with a walk in the 1st inning. He's 12 homers shy of 400. He has 25 so far this year. As we told you, he's got the camo sleeves. He's got the Hunter's orange gloves and shoes working. He has some of the most unique footwear in the game.
Yeah, he's got all the gear.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All the kids have all his gear.
Ground ball might be number 15. There's 1. There's 2. The Phillies have been doubled up 3 times in this game. Harper's hitting to 2 twin killings. Bases empty in the 6th.
Make good pitches, good things happen. That's what happened with Andre Palante. Slider down and away. Got Bryce Harper, the ever dangerous hitter, to ground into yet another double play.
Arise is next. He is 0 for 2 tonight.
And this has been the recipe of success for Palante. Yeah, he'll have games where he can rack up some strikeouts. Got a couple in this ball game, but 11 outs on the ground now. You know, Dusty Blake, Ali, and Andre are liking what they're seeing there.
And because he's getting those easy outs on the ground, he's able, Brad, to pitch deeper in the game. And you know as well as anyone the ripple effect that has on the guys that come in out of the bullpen.
Yeah, it gives a little breathing room, right? Guys are a bit more rested. Then you're able to set up your bullpen the way that you want it, right? Don't have as many variables trotting out of the bullpen.
1-1 for Arise, and a ball and 2 strikes. He's still got plenty of zip on that fastball. At 96. Arise was having a terrific year with the Giants. A lot of defensive work with Ron Washington. And he's always comfortable at the plate. But not here. He's going to roll over to second. JJ's got it. What a night for Palante. He is wearing out the infield grass. Cardinals are up in the 6th. Pajes, Weatherholt, Herrera, still no score.
Listen to the heart.
Saturday, August 29th. The Pirates are in town. Fans that day take home a stylish Cardinals purse. Courtesy of Edward Jones. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Good looking crowd here at the ballpark on a hot night. By the way, the first fan shot we had when we came back from commercial, apparently the pizza here at Busch Stadium is world class.
It's like pretty good.
That kid was going to town.
Yeah, as you should. You get a good piece of pie. Time to let it rip.
Pedro Pajes with a base hit.
You get one topping on your pizza, Chip. What do you got?
Pepperoni
Every time, right?
Yeah,
it's an easy go-to.
Yeah.
Now, would you rather have like Supreme? Like what?
Sure. Look at me. I don't mind any.
Okay.
I'm not a
little bit of anything.
Yeah, I kind of draw the line on like pineapple. Not
really?
a big,
okay.
I like pineapple.
Are you okay with anchovies?
Not really.
No,
not a thing.
That's stupid.
Well,
some people like it. If you like it, that's good for you.
That pizza's gone?
Yeah, it was a huge slice, too. It's probably one of those that it's not a comfortable thing to set down either. Like, you're not set down, clean up, get in there again. Make a mess one time, you know?
Now, here's an important question because you have young children still. I went through this stage, too. Does pizza taste different if it's sliced differently? Meaning, do you like pizza sliced better in triangles or in squares?
Oh, I don't care how you.
Some do. Some get very uptight about it.
And sometimes not even kids, right? It could be an adult. Like, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got their preferences. If I got to pick one, like, hey, Brad, do you want a slice of pizza or a square? I'm going to take a traditional slice.
Okay.
Generally. Okay. Big floppy style with grease hanging down. And don't dab it. Please don't dab the grease off of your pizza. It was meant to be there. So was that changeup meant to be there. Down and away. Swing and a miss there for Sanchez. Just piling them up in this ball game. That's 7. Do you dab the grease?
No.
I see it on your face. You do it.
Nope.
Maybe a little napkin, a little grease off there.
Inside the Weatherholt. No, I don't. Now, we're going to Chicago. Excuse me, let me say it the right way. Because, again, some people get upset if you say this incorrect. Chicago. No, Chicago. There you go. That's better.
Who says it like that?
You might want to practice that.
Chicago.
There you go. Sounds
Chicago.
pretty accurate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Deep dish or New York style?
New York style. Every time. Yeah,
Huh.
deep dish is good. Like you can only have like a slice of it. It's not like you're gonna eat a whole deep dish, but yeah, have that all day. You between the two? Again, I know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
put
fine.
it in front of me. I'm pretty happy.
Seen that, but if you had to pick between the two,
first the 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. I think I'm going deep dish.
Okay.
Because you can get the New York style just about anywhere. And the deep dish in Chicago is
fair.
The cornmeal crust and all that's pretty good.
That's fair. And now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Let's see if Weatherholt could get a pizza this next pitch and drive it someplace in a scoreless game. 3 balls and a strike. He takes one on the corner. Full count.
Well, that pitch has been big. We talked about it against the righties. Glove side command of the fastball, but it's been really good to the lefties too, because something that starts away on that corner doesn't necessarily mean it's going to run off. He'll use that slider off of that same slot. Might even do a 3-2.
All sinkers and sliders in this sequence. And then a fastball. Right back to the mound. And a 1-3 put out takes care of JJ, who's 0 for 3. Now Herrera's up. This was the marquee matchup because the pitch profile of Sanchez matches what Herrera has been hammering of late. But it's funny how the game works out. Sanchez has struck Ivan out twice in as many trips.
Well, twice with the pitches that we showed you. He's been great against the lefties. The changeup, the slider. Well, first at bat ended with a strikeout on the changeup. Second was a slider down and in. Trying to not let him get extended. That has been a game plan, and certainly getting ahead a big part of the game plan. Doesn't do it here.
13 homers for Herrera. 9 of them have been solo shots. Speaking of nice round numbers, how about a 10th solo shot right here? 1-0 pitch. Again, for the Cardinals, who are building toward a promising future, being able to fight hard with pitchers of this quality has to give you a whole lot of confidence going forward. Can we break through with Herrera? Off the end of the bat. If you're thinking about the home run ball, Sanchez has served up 13 of them. Their team leader is Aaron Nola, who's allowed 29. For Philadelphia, 2 balls and a strike. Oh, what a rip. That's the one he wants back. 2-2.
Well, fell behind, couple of changeup missed, went with the sinker away, that time sinker in. Now he's really opened himself up for a few different options. I'd be surprised if he goes with the fastball again here. But this is a tough one to cover here for Herrera if you're thinking about it, because you're worried about the changeup tailing away from you down and away, but he can also tie you up with the slider in off the plate. I think one of the bigger keys is if you see it start down, leave it there.
Little numbers slowly hit toward third. Stott's got it. In, up, over, and not in time. So Herrera beats the rap at first. The Phillies want to take a look. As it stands, it's a 2-out single, but Don Mattingly's going to challenge. Bang, bang play at first. Boy, a good one for Stott. Not an easy play. And his strong arm made it close. So New York will take a peek at this, as will we. You make the call. Safe or out at first.
Yeah, Stott has made a couple of good plays. First of all, a good pitch there by Sanchez. The run and gun. A nice pick by Bohm on the other side. And this will give us a really good look here. Does that toe of Herrera get there before this pick happens? Oh, boy. I think that this might go the other direction.
Herrera tried to get the bag with the tippy toe, and ball in the glove there. An instant before he touches the pillow. This one will probably be overturned. Phillies think so. They're already starting to walk off the field. And the call is overturned. Herrera rolls out. Good play by Stott. So off we go. Inning number 7 in St. Louis. No score.
After a huge new order was placed, we switched
to be the rubber game of the series tomorrow. We sure hope so. An intriguing pitching matchup. Bradley, that's your Weiser. What's on tap?
Yeah, a couple of great ones again. Zach Wheeler's been one of the best in the business for years. Kyle Leahy been one of the best in the business over the last couple of months. So this should be another exciting pitching pairing. Hopefully we're talking about Kyle Leahy taking the mound tomorrow with a chance to win this series. But first, got to be able to score some runs. But George Soriano, our Chevy, called to the bullpen in for the 54th time in 2026. Hoping to put up a scoreless frame here in the 7th.
Palante has had 4 scoreless starts for the Cardinals this year, including tonight. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks against a Philly lineup that is really patient and really good. Man, what another encouraging and exciting start for Andre tonight.
Yeah, it's become what you expect out of Andre Pallante. And last year, you knew he was going to take the ball. Result-wise, just weren't sure what you were going to get. And I think that he would echo the same thing. Like, I don't feel like he had the same confidence in his stuff. He certainly has always had the confidence in his ability, but just to be able to consistently produce the pitches that you want, the outcomes that you want, he's made some drastic changes this year with his stuff within the zone. I think mentally he looks just far more in charge than he was a year ago. So excited for the growth of Andre Pallante.
Soriano punches out JT Realmuto. Good start to the 7th inning. 1 up, 1 down. Good to see Soriano get the first man.
It's one of those ones that's tough to pull the trigger on, right? Chevy pitch track. It's the changeup. It's right on right. You see it up out of the hand. You think it's going to stay that way, and it drops back into the top of the zone.
Bryson Stott, he's reached base twice and has made all the plays at the hot corner. Every time I see this kid stand in the batter's box, it brings back flashbacks to Chipper Jones for me. His stance to me is in many ways so similar to the Braves Hall of Famers setup from the left side of the plate. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Look at this.
A pretty good comp right there.
Little toe tap.
Jones holds the hands a tiny bit higher there than Stott does, but can definitely see that.
That's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think this is correct. I think Chipper Jones finished his career as a 300 hitter from both sides of the plate.
It's fairly consistent.
Man, think how hard that is. Keep 2 swings on time that well. Let me look that up. But this guy's a really talented player, Bryson Stott.
He is for sure. And just so you know, as you're looking that up, I trust you. Okay? I believe you, and I believe that you're right.
Well, I just want to make sure that I provide the proper context.
Oh, we're starting something new. I like this.
Miracle. Let's see. Chipper Jones. 304 against lefties, 303 against righties.
Yeah. Really good.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Another call. Stott's going to challenge. And Bryson Stott's going to have to take a left turn. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Soriano grazes the upper corner. So a good start for Soriano. Marsh is next. He'll bat after a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Marsh has popped out and lined out. Cardinals have 2 lefties in their bullpen, Caleb Ferguson, Justin Brule, but they have 2 others who pitch right-handed but are effective against lefties. Soriano is one of them, Gastelum the other. And boy, Luis was awesome last night. Weatherholt can't get that one. That skips past him into right field. And Marsh, with his first hit of the night and second of the series, keeps the inning alive.
J.J. Weatherholt, he's been one of the best in the business at second base. Just misses this one. Gets there, but off the thumb. What's so impressive to me, and we've hit on this a lot with J.J. Weatherholt, his face never changes throughout a ball game. Nope. He is so even keel, whether it's good times or a bad at bat or a play that he was seeing. He is steady Eddie. And look, those are the personality traits that you're looking for in any player. They're very rare when it comes to a rookie, and those are certainly the traits that you want to be able to lock up in a long-term deal. Cardinals able to do that. 8-year extension for J.J. Weatherholt. Man, they got a good one on their hands.
7th inning, tie game. Boehm almost got hit. Forgot about this. In 2020, the COVID year, Alec Boehm finished second in the National League Rookie of the Year vote. You know who won the Rookie of the Year that year? It's from St. Louis. Devin Williams with the airbender changeup. I'd forgotten that too.
I did not remember that.
Runner goes. Popped back out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Baez knocks that one down. It's a full count. So big pitch here. You've got Justin Crawford waiting on deck. After the stretch, Cardinals will have Walker Burleson and Fermin coming up. Nobody has broken through yet. Both starters have pitched beautifully. Cardinals first into their bullpen. Phillies bullpen finally getting busy. 3-2, runner goes and over the netting.
Well, I feel like right now with that changeup in on the hands, a slider away could get the job done. Doesn't have to be perfect. On the plate, down.
Runner goes. It was down but off the plate, and trouble afoot after back-to-back strikeouts. A base hit and a walk brings up Justin Crawford in a scoreless game in St. Louis. Join us at Busch Stadium for Asian American Pacific Islander Day, Sunday, August 30th. With your theme ticket, fans take home a year of the horse-inspired Cardinals jersey designed by Claire Nipper. Tickets at cardinals.com/theme. So advantage for the Phillies here. You've got Marsh in scoring position. He can signal location to Crawford. And he's got good speed. So does Justin, who is 0 for 2. The Redbirds have walked 4 Phillies now in the game. Crawford batting 9th. Ball 1. Alex McFarland is the man getting loose in the Phillies bullpen. Come on, George. 2-0. Phillies have had a bunch of chances in this series with runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 15 in total and 0 for 4 tonight. Line foul. 2-1. If McFarland comes into the game as a fresh arm in the 7th, he's got a Cardinals backstory. St. Louis originally drafted him out of high school. He's from Georgia. He was a 25th round pick, went to Miami, and then the Phillies drafted him 3 years later. But he's not in the game yet. 2 balls and a strike. Caleb Ferguson is up. He's getting ready for Schwarber. The pitch. Swing and a shot. Walker is there. A bullet off the barrel. Crawford lines out. The Cardinals breathe a sigh of relief. Time to stretch. Let's get some runs. The right guys are coming up to do that in a scoreless game 2.
Yep, just got back.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Jack in the Box, Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo. Shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $5.99. And by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. That set of billboards, I think, Brett, is a good omen for the Cardinals. We're playing the Phillies. Philly cheesesteak. Guys that have lots of steaks are coming up for St. Louis in a scoreless game.
I love the way you put it together. That's for sure. Would love to see the Cardinals greet a Chevy call to the bullpen. Alex McFarland into this one with some damage. Big time arm here for McFarland. Look at the numbers. July 22nd is one appearance. But 100-mile-an-hour arm.
And he paints with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4th round in 2022 by the Phillies. Told you the backstory with the Cardinals. Made his major league debut against the Dodgers on July 22nd. And how about this for a debut? He faces Shohei Ohtani, Andy Pajes, and Max Muncy, and got him out on 12 pitches. That'll catch your attention.
Pretty good way to do it right there. Might not have had a chance to breathe the entire time. That will play all day, though. A sinker at 100 on the corner. Even if you know that's coming, there's not a ton you're going to be able to do with that.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Jordan Walker, kicking off our Honda home run inning. If he can blast his 24th, he'd give the Cardinals the lead. And your Gateway Honda dealers would donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Didn't chase it. And a leadoff walk in a scoreless game. There's the start. Walker aboard, and Burley's coming up. Burley, a nice night against a tough left-hander. Sanchez went 1 for 2. So let's see if he can do some damage here. Sanchez, 6 innings. Scattered 4 hits. Struck out 7. And no walks. Walker goes, first move. Realmuto's throw is up. Jordan Walker with a big steal, his 15th. And it's set up for St. Louis.
Well, this is one of those games, right? You're going to have to take some chances. You've got to be able to put yourself into scoring position. Walker with his speed, able to do it on this one. JT Realmuto, as we know, one of the better catch-throw guys in the league, but the solid jump and the speed, the difference there for Walk.
So a big spot here for Burleson, a career-high 81 ribbies. And in for a strike. 38 multi-hit games for Alec. A 4th inning single here in game 2.
Well, Chip, this has been the guy that you want up with runners in scoring position. One of the best in baseball, the best on the Cardinals. 341 the average with runners in scoring position for Burley.
Bryce Harper respecting Burleson's power. He's about 15, 20 feet away from the warning track in right. Burleson in the driver's seat. He can take his shot here. 3 balls and a strike. He did, but missed it. 101. That was filthy. Full count. Told you that McFarland went to high school in the state of Georgia. He was actually born in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Very small but cool fraternity. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. So Burley can't advance Walker, and that is legitimate swing and miss stuff. 1 away. Fermin has a hit. He can handle a fastball. Here you bet 365 betting odds for a multi-hit game for Jose. Second inning single. He hit into a force play to end the fourth.
Well, McFarland obviously has the velocity, but I feel like his fastball effectiveness is more than that. I feel like that arm angle of his, a little bit lower angle, and the ball still, even with the sinker, appears to ride, maybe stays up at the zone higher. And then even with a pitch like that, that wasn't a great slider in terms of location. You're trying to respect 101. Like if you can throw anything with a bend in it for a strike, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
Jose's got a battle on his hands. 0-2. And we've talked a lot about that kind of arm angle and the problems it gives a hitter. Brian Wu of Seattle comes to mind immediately. The ball just stays on plane longer. It doesn't rise. It just looks like it rises. And when you're throwing 101, it looks like it's ready to fly into orbit.
Yeah, and as a hitter, I mean, you're trying to swing it to where you believe, where your eyes are telling you that ball is going to go. And when you have guys that have more ride on their fastball, you miss under it.
Well, let's see if Fermin can reel this kid in. He's hanging tough. 0-2 in the seventh inning. A leadoff walk and a steal for Walker. He stands in scoring position with one out. Ground ball at short. And Trey Turner with a good catch and throw sends Walker to third. 2 outs. And here's Mason Wynn. He too is 1 for 2 tonight. And the Cardinals shortstop hitting almost 400 with runners in scoring position since mid-June. Let's see if that trend continues here.
Well, his approach has been to the right side. I think a wise approach here against a flamethrower that's going to stay away.
Mason's second inning single extends his hitting streak to 5 games. A lot of room in left center. Driven to right. Mason's magic continues. RBI hit, and the Cardinals finally break through. Attaway Mace. The magical Mason Wynn makes it 1-0 Cardinals.
This swing right here, this is a winning swing. This is a winning approach right here for Mason. Sinker coming in at 100. Middle in, he was thinking the whole time, let me use the right side of the field. Let me get quick to the baseball, figure out a way to get it done, and he does it to bring in the game's first run.
Look at Ollie. Loves it. Great approach, great idea, and an even better result. The Cardinals cash in the leadoff walk and have their first and only hit with a runner in scoring position tonight. St. Louis has a 1-0 lead. So the Phillies want to talk it over as the inning continues. We step aside quickly for a word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Blaze Jordan's played Pepper at third base twice. So he is 0 for 2. Caleb Ferguson still warming up in the bullpen. The top of the Phillies order coming up in the 8th. So the old game of Pepper, right? Pitch and catch. Put the ball on the bat. Hit it to your buddy standing right in front of you. You hit it to the same person. That's what playing Pepper means. And the Phillies challenge.
Philadelphia has 1 challenge.
And they were correct. That flips the count to 0-1.
Whatever happened to Pepper? Why'd he go away?
Well, all the signs in the old ballparks, no Pepper. Yeah.
Why?
You have to follow rules.
It was a great game. Teaches hand-eye coordination, fielding.
Yep.
Maybe too many kids weren't smart enough to play it, hitting rockets at each other. Could see that happening.
Well, that was also at a time when there was no netting in the stands, and every now and then a batted ball would sail into the seats.
Souvenir City, sorry about it. Be ready. Came to a ballpark, you signed off on it, whether you know it or not, it's on your ticket. Beware of batted balls and
it does say
bats,
that.
yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes in the dirt. So Mason Wynn with a multi-hit game keeps on keeping on with men in scoring position. An RBI single brings home Jordan Walker. And now Blaze Jordan, an even count. As we told you, this kid has an uncanny ability with so little major league experience to put the bat on the ball. Don't know how this at bat will turn out, but more often than not he puts it in play. And he does here. Little chopper. Well read by Stott. He's a natural at the hot corner. That was another nice play at third base. But the Cardinals cash in a leadoff walk and lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the 8th. Well, the Cardinals have broken through. Mason Wynn's 400th career hit. The difference in this game, he scores Jordan Walker for our game's only run. And after 7, it's St. Louis 1, Philadelphia 0. And the top of the order coming on for the Fightins as Caleb Ferguson looks for a redeemer. A lot of walks in game 1. Let's see what he's got in store here in game 2. 3 of the next 4 batters left-handed for Philly.
Well, that was definitely a rough one for him last time out yesterday. The 3 walks, also gave up a hit, did not get a run. But you know what you want? You want to get right back into a ball game. And got a great opportunity here to shut down the top of this order.
Defensive changes for the Cardinals. They've got their all-hands outfield out there. Nathan Church is checked into center. Everson Pereira has moved to left. Walker is almost on the warning track in right for Kyle Schwarber, the DH. And Ferguson's gotten ahead of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Arise are scheduled for the Phillies. And yes, both of these teams play a lot of 1-run games. We have another one here tonight. Good idea, but it missed. I'd stay there with this guy's power.
I think I'd stay there with that shape too. I kind of like that harder cutter going away from Schwarber than the slower slider. I think that's what he doubled on yesterday.
So maybe that pitch sets up that outside corner. Caleb gave up a run, a hit, 3 walks in last night's game. Don't want to walk Schwarber.
Well, Schwarber has been one of those guys who handles everybody. When you hit 35 home runs on a season, that's going to be the case. 12 of them, though, have been against the lefties. 285 the average for Schwarber against left-handed pitching. Did double last night against Ferguson.
And he reached base 4 times last night, once tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he walked. So both relievers of late issue leadoff walks. That's 4 of them for Ferguson in the series. And now Trey Turner's coming up. Let's see how the Phillies play it. And Schwarber will be taken down. The Phillies will go to their bench and bring on a pinch runner. Derek Hill is going to be the pinch runner. He can fly. Hill got the start last night. He's 12 out of 16 in steals. He's got a good lead. And he goes first move. Pitch is a ball. The throw to second. Almost got him on the foot. And this was close.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This was a nice tag, laid it down right on the foot, man. The replay has totally changed any of the plays around the base nowadays, right? It used to be a play like this would be easily safe. Now you're always going back to check, did the hand get there? Did anything pop off the bag? But Hill able to get that left hand in before the tag goes down on the right leg.
No swing on a first base appeal. Trey Turner has walked and singled, and he's one pitch away from walking again. Ryan Stanek is getting up, but as you know, you got to face three batters. Bryce Harper would be that third man. He's on deck. Don't throw him a cookie. 3-1. He didn't. Another walk. So Caleb has walked 5 batters in this series. He has not yet retired a Philly. And Dusty Blake is out for a visit. You've got Bryce Harper up. You know he's spitting nails. Harper has walked and has hit into 2 double plays. Crowd quiet at Busch as the game hangs in the balance here. Top of the Philadelphia order up. They've been handed back-to-back walks.
Well, this is a situation right here. Obviously a dangerous lineup, tight game, but you need to be able to compete in the zone. We talked about this early. Got to be able to get ahead, make quality pitches in zone. This is a team, you mentioned it, Chip. They're not chasing a ton.
Nope.
Like they're making you work.
Beware the first pitch to Harper. One ball, no strikes.
Could really go for double play number 16 here off the bat of Bryce Harper. He grounded into number 15 in the 6th inning.
Harper trying to hit that one across the river. Came up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can the Cardinals find a way to escape this 8th inning with a 1-run lead? All right, Caleb's gotten in front. Big spot for Bryce Harper, the Phillies' 3rd place hitter. Runners with big leads. Just missed. Has thought about a challenge. We only have 1 left. It was off the plate. 2-2. Checking the runner at second. Hill's got a good lead. There he goes. Pitch is fouled away. They say it's easier to steal third against a lefty. Back to you at second base. He got a good jump. And with the Phillies struggling to score runs here, if he can get third, well, then a fly ball could tie the game.
Yeah, a little added variable, right? You got Ferguson, who's really trying to hone in on the zone. You know how dangerous Bryce Harper is, but you got to keep an eye on him. Vary your looks, vary your timing.
So the first step off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caleb not the only one sweating it out in the Phillies 8th. Harper tries again. 7th pitch. Full count.
Pulled that sinker away. I got a feeling he's going to go back to the cutter. Didn't feel like he trusted that fastball in the outer half. Didn't want to make a mistake.
Runners lead. Not going and out of play. It'll take at least 9 pitches to decide this trip to the plate. Ferguson working quickly. His 21st pitch. Ball 4. He's walked the bases loaded. And Ollie has no choice but to go get him. And the Phillies fans start making some noise. 3 straight walks, and Ryan Stanek was getting ready. Needs some of that swing and miss stuff here. As Luis Arise is coming up in the 8th inning. The Cardinals had the lead a moment ago, but that's in big time jeopardy with nobody out.
Hey, Cardinals fans.
Stanek is coming on. He inherits a gigantic mess. He is the Cardinal to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen. 3 straight walks to the top 3 hitters for Philadelphia. And now, by the way, he has to face the leading hitter in the league, Luis Arise, with nobody out.
Well, this is a guy, as we know, gonna put the ball in play. Nowhere to put Arise in this one. Need to come in being able to pump some strikes at the bottom of the zone. Infield in here. Obviously, bases loaded against Arise. Nobody out.
Ricky Darty, great stat tonight. The Cardinals have thrown 141 pitches. The Phillies have swung at 55 of them.
Super selective.
Ground ball. Burley's got it. Coming home for 1. To first. There's a double play.
Let's go. What a big time momentum shifter right there. Stanek comes into a mess. 2 pitches in, able to get a big time double play. Nice job by Burley, your Budweiser play of the game. The old 3-2-3 double play.
Now righty with Realmuto. 2 outs. Popped up, but hit it out of play. Great speed at third and Trey Turner. Bryce Harper is the man at second. 2 outs. The Cardinals clinging to a 1-run lead. Fly ball center. Church on the run. Slowing. He's got it. Look at Ollie. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And Stanek shuts the door. Unreal. JT Realmuto just missed. The ballpark big enough to hold it. What a job by Stanek. Double play, fly out. Cardinals hold the lead. And Ollie Marmol greeted his shaggy-haired reliever in the dugout and was fired up.
Yeah, how does that not get you pumped up right there? That was a fantastic situation that feels impossible. A quick double play, a deep fly out, and the Cardinals still have themselves a lead. It is bullpen time, though. Chevy call. Tim Maiza in for his 48th game of the year. Stanek Got nothing but hugs and handshakes on his way in. And that was big.
So how about some insurance? Everson Perea made a great catch in center. He is 0 for 2 at the plate. Look, I know there's been a lot of talk about how offense has been suppressed at Busch Stadium here for the home team, certainly. But what the ballpark takes away, it also gives you. In case you wondered, as Meza delivers, Real Muto's fly ball to center would have been a home run in 19 big league parks. Not this one, though.
I'm glad we're not playing in any of those. Right? That's for sure.
1-1 pitch. Stroke to center. Well hit. Crawford turns. That ball is gone. Line drive homer. Insurance for Perea. Welcome to St. Louis. He's doing it all. 2-0.
Chip, what a swing of momentum in the last inning. I mean, this is crazy. It was bases loaded. Nobody out for the Phillies. Cardinals get out of it. And then Perea adds the solo shot to center field, his first homer in a Cardinal uniform. Keep it rolling.
I can hear the chants now. I love a Perea.
No, I don't know that one. But I'm sure it'll catch on, Chip. You do it. You're an influencer. Seen you on TikTok.
And I'm pretty sure that's a home run in 30 of 30 big league parks, by the way.
It sure felt like it.
It's funny, too. We talk about the weird stuff that happens in a game, momentum swings and the like. It seems like it happens every time, but a team loads the bases and doesn't score. Next half inning, the other team does. It's just one of those weird occurrences that seems to happen more often than we maybe keep track of. And that was the case for the Phillies and the Cardinals here tonight.
Yeah, that was huge. Don't stop there. Keep it rolling. Keep figuring out a way. 0-2 now to Pages.
And it's to left. Marsh is there. 1 in, 1 out. Back to the top of the order.
Well, Everson Perea recently claimed off of waivers by the White Sox, a plus defender. Got plenty of power, and he shows it off right here. Dead center field on the breaking ball for the lefty Meza. Tarps off section, loves it.
So some breathing room for Riley O'Brien, who's getting ready in the Cardinals bullpen. We've dispensed with Schwarber, Turner, Harper, and Arise. But Stott, Marsh, and Bohm are standing in the way in the 9th inning. Cardinals cashed in a leadoff walk in the 7th. They get a leadoff homer in the 8th from Everson Perea. The bottom of the Cardinals order, a couple of hits. And hits have been hard to come by. Just 11 total in tonight's game. This was such a well-pitched affair by Palante and Sanchez. Neither will factor in the decision. And who knows, Brad, maybe they'll match up again at the end of our 3-city road trip coming up.
Could absolutely be the case. And this has been one of those ones we talked about. The little details were going to matter. And defensively, the Cardinals have been able to step up in this ball game, make a couple of big plays. Perea been a part of it. The big-time double play a part of it as well, as Meza gets his second out. A swing and miss. Sinker down under the zone to get J.J. Weatherhold.
So here's your DH. Ivan Herrera looking for his first hit. For Don Mattingly, the story of this game, his offense was quieted by Andre Palante, George Soriano, and Ryan Stanek. Phillies have left 8 men on base in a 2-run game.
Yeah, 0 for 7 are the Phillies in this ball game with runners in scoring position. That is another part of that story here for Don Mattingly's club in this ball game.
Driven to center. Crawford is there. He'll retreat to retire the side. But welcome to St. Louis, Everson Perea. A long solo homer to the berm gives Riley O'Brien some breathing room. 2-0 as we go to the ninth.
Welcome back to Ballpark Village. The Cardinals up 2-0 in the top of the ninth. Mark Sweeney and I will have the post-game show after the last out presented by CarShield. The bases are loaded. No problem for Ryan Stanek. How about that play?
That was outstanding, especially from Burley getting out of it. That was really nice, but also my heart medicine is gone. So we're trying to figure out what we can get. I want Riley to get number 30.
Number 30. Everson Perea, by the way, that insurance home run chip, big deal, huh?
Big deal indeed. It gives Riley some breathing room as he seeks, as you said, his 30th save. It's a very impressive list of Cardinals relievers to have gotten to 30. He's not there yet. He starts with Bryson Stott, who's reached twice. He singled, walked, and struck out. Just some of the names that have gotten to 30 saves with St. Louis. Lee Smith, Jason Isringhausen, Bruce Sutter, Dennis Eckersley, Tom Henke of Taos, Missouri. That's not the full list.
It's a good list.
That's a real good list.
Some Hall of Famers, Cardinal Hall of Famers.
Get the leadoff guy. Stott with a nice run, 3 straight multi-hit games, has 1 single tonight, just 5 hits for the Phillies. And it's not to be. A man that seldom chases has chased again. He had that 48 plate appearance run without a strikeout. Cardinals have punched his ticket 3 times in the series.
Arm side sinker right here from Riley O'Brien. Look at the action on that. That started probably middle in on the plate and just kept on running away from Stott.
Brandon Marsh. Shot to first. 2 outs. Another big play by Burleson. Remember, he started that critical double play with the bases loaded. And now the Redbirds are an out away from evening this series. What a game. What a game. Both starters were so good. On a hot night, it almost lulled you to sleep. And once Sanchez and Palante were done, it became a bullpen battle, and it was the Phillies that cracked first. But tip your cap to the Cardinals. They've stranded 8 Philadelphia batters. They've held them hitless with a runner in scoring position. And we're 2 strikes away from forcing a rubber game tomorrow. Little chopper. Mason's got him. How apropos. Cardinals win it. 2-0. He's not going to win the game, Brad, but Ryan Stanek, wow, incredible job.
What a ball game all around. And Stanek absolutely one of the heroes of this one. The bases loaded jam. He gets out of it. Incredibly well pitched all around. Riley O'Brien, he notches his 30th save of the season. How about Andre Palante in this ball game as well? 6 scoreless for him. Tons of outs on the ground. Great defense, timely hitting, a little insurance late chip. This game had it all.
The Cardinals have shut out the Philadelphia Phillies and their A lineup tonight. If that doesn't give you confidence for what may come the rest of the way in 2026, Brad, I don't know what else could.
No doubt about it, right? And we talked about this had to be a clean game. Well, it starts with the defense. You better be clean. This one was in the 5th inning. Your StatCast powered by Google Cloud. How about Perea going back, making the leaping grab at the wall, saving extra bases? If this thing kicks off the wall, might be talking about 3 on that one. What a play by Perea.
And then Ryan Stanek enters the game after 3 straight walks. makes the biggest pitch of the game. Burley perfectly positioned, perfect strike there. Pajes with a laser to first. The big double play, and then Real Muto's drive to center got us out of a gigantic jam.
And how about the roar of Stanek coming off the mound, and then that wasn't it. How about a little insurance? Everson Perea steps up again, this time with the bat. His first homer as a member of the Cardinals, some much-needed insurance.
And it's fun to talk with one of the bullpen guys as our star of the game interview, and that is Ryan Stanek with Jim Hayes.
Yeah, this guy deserved it, didn't he? Comes into the game in the top of the 8th, bases loaded, nobody out, and Stanek gets a double play, then a fly to center, and then let the emotions flow. Tell me what that moment was like getting out of that.
Oh, I mean, those are the situations where you're sitting there going in, and you know your job is to go throw up a 0, but like also your job is to absolute minimize it all possible, and to be able to come in and get a double play to start it off and feel like you're like, oh, I got a chance to get out of this with none. Like that was really cool. Like those are obviously tough situations, but it feels good to be able to pick up third and help the team be in a position to do the right things.
Not that easy to pull off. When Real Muto went deep to center, not deep enough, but did you think it had a chance to go?
No, I definitely thought, like, with where I threw it and how he hit it, I was like, it was definitely too high. I know he caught it pretty good. I didn't see what it was hit, but like off the bat, I was like, that's way too high. But so yeah, like that was it. It was a little bit of he definitely caught it cleaner than I would have liked, but yeah, I had a feeling that would stay in Busch.
That was a big moment, no question about it. But I watched some of the infielders that say they love playing behind you, go crazy too. How does that make you feel?
It's great, man. Like I love the guys here, and like I always have played with a lot of energy, and the guys here do too. And I think it kind of feeds each other. Like guys that go out there and kind of play with their hair on fire and just want to win. Like everybody feeds off of that, and I think with a group as young as we have, like, there's nothing wrong with playing with emotion. As long as you're not, like, bitch.
I got to tell you, it's good to see a reliever get the ice bath.
That was so cold.
Feel good? Feels good.
Feels good. It feels better than not.
I'm going to let you warm up. I'll ask you the last question here. You had told me that you sensed that maybe after the deadline you saw maybe your return with the energy of this ball club. What do you got here?
I feel it. Like you see the guys playing looser. They're playing with a lot more like energy. Like not that we weren't playing with energy before, but like fun energy, like a different kind of energy. Like I think the guys have responded well, and we've played good baseball since then. So I think it's a sign of good things to come.
Thanks for the chat. Good job, and go dry off.
Thank you.
Chip, that's a guy from the bullpen saving the day.
Yeah, I love it. The Cardinals went toe-to-toe with Christopher Sanchez and his 15 wins. They've evened the series, and now they go after big bad Zach Wheeler with Kyle Leahy, who's been one of the best pitchers in the game in the last month.
Well, I can't wait for this pitching pairing tomorrow. Today was awesome. It lived up to the billing. Palante, Perea, everybody jumping in. Stanek with the big win. Look, this was a huge one for the Birds.
Well, let's win a series tomorrow. Wrap up the homestand. Cardinals shut out the Phillies 2-0 our final score. Stick around. Danny and Sweet Dog have plenty to talk about in the Cardinals TV